everybody, this is Taylor with the Marathon County Public Library here for another family story time. Today we have books all about new things. As you know, the new year will be here before we know it. So come along with me as we read some fun books. Our first book is called A New Day. Sunday quit. Just like that. She said she was tired of being a day. Do you know how much work it takes to give the world a beautiful free day? To play or to pray, to sleep away, or even just to sway in a hammock while eating raspberry sorbet? And then I do it all over again, week after week, year after year, with no pay. No pay. Everyone gets time for their own fun or to catch a matinee. But no one says, "How are you?" or even, "You okay?" The other days were aghast. No day had quit. Not since Mars Day, but that was so long ago. "I want to learn how to water ski," said Sunday, "and weld, and bake the perfect sourdough. I want to take a car apart and see how it works, and learn Italian, no, Sanskrit, like the Buddhists, and master the sugar arts." The sugar arts, I think that means candy. But what will we do now? We can't just lose a day. "Everyone be quiet," Monday declared, since Monday loved declaring things. "There's only one thing we can do. We need to find a new day." Across the land, posters were put up with those little tabs you can pull off at the bottom. Ooh, teeny pull tabs. The signs say wanted, a new day. Must be relaxing, tranquil, chill, though not as chill as Saturday. Healing, blessed, replenishing, quiet, committed, and most important, must be able to give people good dreams and get along with others. Serious inquiries only. Tryouts began the next day. The first prospects were interesting. Please state your name and anything else you'd like the committee to know. It's Fun Day, where every day is fun. Next. I'm Run Day. Every day we run, speed, zoom. Nope, next. I'm Bun Day. Everyone's hair, buns. Get it? I kind of like Bun Day. I'm just glad it's not the other buns. Some ideas were good. We'll call it Dog Day. Puppies, dogs, everybody gets one. Did I mention the puppies? Yeah, dude, I vote yes. Puppies for everyone. Puppies would make the week go quicker. Everyone relax. There are still lots more days to see. Out of my way, we're next. Sorry, cat, the job's filled. Here's the pitch. Two cats lurk, knowing they are far superior to dogs. We call it Catterday. Some ideas were bad. I call it Worst Vice President's Day. I'm Elbridge Jerry. Next. Shark Day. Ooh, too scary. Also, it needs a week. Next. We call it Big Burp Day. Try it. You'll love it. Brop. Next. And some days were surprisingly amazing. Like the day where everyone gets superpowers. We call it Superhero Day, Cape Day, Fly Day. It sells so much better when you call it Fly Day. Dude, I think we need more ideas like this. Agreed. I'll post it online. At that moment, Casual Friday had no idea what he'd unleashed, as word about the trip began to spread. Everyone had their own idea for the very best new day. There was Pie Day. You get to choose blueberry, pecan, apple, rhubarb, pumpkin, banana cream, key lime, chicken pot pie if it's cold, or even boysenberry. Ooh, I do love boysenberry. Or Llama Day. You carry tons of stuff and spit all over. But you get great eyelashes. Ooh, nice eyelashes. And then there was Band-Aid Day. Safety first. Ooh, I do really like Band-Aids. And on the 7th day, we declare it Acro Batter Day. Ta-da! And of course, one of the most popular of all was Candy. Oh no, this is not a helpful idea. Candy, Candy, a play on words. I approve. Catter Day will be such a good sell after this, said the cats. In no time, the competition grew so intense, some of the contestants snuck back in front of the judges. Like, who's that? The dogs. Haven't we seen you before? Nope, definitely not. Allow us to present Dogs Who Love Frogs Day. They are so cute and so swishy. I have to say, I admire the teamwork. Oh, come on, said the cats. Those are the same dogs as before, but with mustaches. When do we get to pitch Catter Day? The cats were right about it being unfair, but as word began to spread that teamwork was a good thing, it brought together all sorts of combinations, like fire pole sliding into pools of cotton candy day. This must have been made by the master of sugar arts. Sure, some days caused a bit of craziness, like when Unicorns with Flashlights for Horns Day met up with Unicorns with Horns for Horns Day. No, horns. No, flashlights. Horns, flashlights. Other days were just impractical, like Snowmen in a Blizzard Eating Marshmallows Day. This is getting ridiculous. And still, others were too small of a niche audience, like Hatter Day, but only 1920s ones. Then there was Gelatin Suits Day. Knights Whose Swords Are Herrings Day. Herrings? Swordfish swords would have been funnier. And My Dogs Smell Like Corn Chips Day. It's the same dog. He's just eating corn chips. The madness got even worse when Jazz Day and Naked Mole Ratter Day mixed with Batter Day, giving us Naked Mole Rat Batter Day Skiddity Scat Diddly Dat Batter Day, which was actually pretty absurd since Batter Day got mentioned twice. Ugh, doesn't anyone have a good day? Hey, I do. Let me guess, you plant cabbage and want Cabbage Day, or eggplants and want Eggplant Day, or I got it, Bok Choy Day. No, I simply like growing seeds in pots. And I grew this one for all of you to say thanks. Did you just say thank you? Yes, Miss Sunday. And the day I'd suggest is simply a nice day. A day when people can show more kindness to each other. Sunday would never forget that moment. She'd never forget how the little girl made her feel. And she'd never forget the most important lesson of all, that with a little more kindness in it, every day can be a new day. So, you're not tired anymore? Not anymore, thanks to you. Thank you for saying thank you. I really needed it, said Sunday.
Aww.
For every week after that, Sunday got more time to play and get away. Indeed, all the days joined in and spent some time water skiing and welding and baking the perfect sourdough. They took a car apart to see how it works and learned Sanskrit just like the Buddhists. And of course, mastered the sugar arts. And the next day, they did Monday's favorite things, like filing and alphabetizing. It was a lesson for every day. When you appreciate each other a little bit more, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and yes, definitely Sunday, can be brand new days where everything is possible. Okay, so that was our first book called A New Day. So in this book, we saw some unicorns. So now we're gonna head on down to our aquarium and find out more about our unicorn Tang.
Hey guys, did somebody say unicorn? That's right, We have a bluespine unicornfish here in our aquarium at MCPL Wausau. So let's dive in and learn all about it. This is the bluespine unicornfish. These fish get their name from their pale gray-blue color and from the small bump or horn at the top of their head. They also have two sharp, knife-like spines near their tail fin, which they use to defend themselves when they're feeling threatened. The color of their body can also become darker, duller, or more vibrant depending on how they're feeling. In the wild, these fish generally live within reefs, channels, and lagoons, especially ones that have a lot of algae growth. They can be found across the Indian and Pacific Oceans, from the Red Sea and along the coast of Africa, all the way across the South Pacific, including around Japan, Micronesia, and Hawaii. These fish are herbivores, meaning they only eat plants. In the wild, they mostly eat leafy brown algae. Bluespine unicornfish can grow up to 27 inches in length and can live up to 45 years. Thanks so much for joining me here today at the aquarium. Now back to Taylor for some more stories.
Our next book is called The New Librarian. It was almost story time. The children were ready. Dee couldn't wait. "Isn't it time?" she asked. But no one answered. Jack looked around. "Our librarian isn't here," he said. "Maybe she's just late," said Dee. "Miss Merriweather is never late," said Kenzie. "Then she's missing," said Dee. "Let's go find her." "Look, a clue! Footprints," said Dee. "They aren't grown-up footprints," said Jack. "And they aren't kid footprints," said Alex. Dee looked closer. "They're paw prints," she declared. They followed the paw prints among the bookshelves, through a galaxy, into an ocean, and down a runway. And then they spotted more clues. "The librarian's desk feels sticky," said Jack. "These books are shredded and torn," said Dee. And then they looked up and saw a new librarian. Who is that? Looks like a bear. "You're not our librarian. Where's Miss Merriweather?" Dee asked. The new librarian shrugged. "Will you read us a story?" Dee asked. The new librarian nodded. "Hooray!" cried the children. "A princess story? A pirate story? A book about dragons?" The new librarian looked bored. "How about something different?" Gemma suggested. "Something exciting," said Jameson. "Something we aren't allowed to read," said Tom. "Could you read us a scary tale?" asked Dee. The new librarian's ears perked up. He grabbed a book about bears. He opened the book and roared. "Ee!" the children screamed. He growled and stomped and roared some more. The children loved it. "Read it again," they cried. "Someone's coming," said Dee. It was the missing Miss Merriweather. "Sorry, I'm late," she said. "A volcano erupted in the ancient history section, and there was hot lava everywhere. But it's all cleared up now." Miss Merriweather opened her book. Today's story is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. "Ooh, we love bear stories," Dee exclaimed. Once upon a time, there were 3 bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby. "Oh, where is Baby Bear?" the children cried. "I know you're hiding, Baby Bear," said Miss Merriweather. "It's time to come out now." The new librarian shuffled over sheepishly. "Baby Bear, my dear, you're late for story time too," said Miss Merriweather. The children waved goodbye as Baby Bear stepped back into his story. "Now, let's start again," said Miss Merriweather. And Baby Bear, a little girl, came to their house. "But wait, Where's Goldilocks? Do you see her? I see her winking at us. The end. So that was our second book called The New Librarian. Okay, so now we're going to read our last book. Our last book is A New Kind of Wild. Ren lived in a little white house on the edge of El Yunque. His days were filled with green and dirt and rocks and mud. All the bits of nature and magic a life lived on the edge of wild offers. Every day, Ren adventured with dragons and chased unicorns. He feasted with fairies and campaigned with kings. And every night, Ren fell asleep to the flickering of fireflies and a chorus of coquilles, which are these little frogs. It was a place of endless possibility, where anything he imagined became real, at least until bedtime. This was his home. Until the day it wasn't. Ren found himself in a brick and cement city. The friendly sounds of his forest were replaced by the mechanical creaks and beeps and buzzes of a place filled with people and progress. It was too loud and too fast. It made Ren's head fill up with everything and nothing. There was no room left for magic, no room left for wild. Without his wild, Ren was lonely. Ava, who lived upstairs, was never lonely. She loved her building and she loved her city. It was a place of constant change with people moving through it like an endless parade. There was always something to see or do, and best of all, there was always someone to share it with. So, when Ava saw Ren, she ran down to meet him. "I'm Ava," she said. She asked him who he was and how he got there. If he had brothers, a father, a mother, if he liked the city, or why he didn't. She asked him so many things so quickly, he thought his head would explode. When she finally stopped for a breath, Ren tried to tell her why the city wasn't for him, but all Ava heard was a challenge. Ava pulled him from the stoop and into the busy city. She led him down colorful streets and sidewalks. They peeked into alleys, splashed in hydrants, and tried to find the rhythm of the streets. But all Ren saw was gray, and all he heard was the screeching of brakes and the honking of horns. It was nothing like home. When Ava caught up to Ren, she asked him what was wrong. "There's no magic here," he said, "no wild. Everything is exactly what it is." "You are wrong," Ava said. Hadn't he heard the song of the city? Hadn't he seen the color in the streets? She'd spent all day showing him. How could he not see? If only he would try a little harder, she thought. But Ren was tired of trying. So he went back inside. Homesickness swept over him like a wave, and he felt lonelier than ever. Outside was a whole new world, one he didn't belong to. As he stared out the window, Ren saw Ava skipping across the sidewalk. She moved through her city like he had moved through his wild, with an air of possibility flickering around her. How did Ava do it, Ren wondered. Maybe she could show him how. "Sorry I left," Ren said when he found her. "I just miss home. I've never lived anywhere else, and everything is so different here." "I've only lived in the city," Ava said. "I can't imagine living anywhere else. What is it like?" So Ren told her all about his wild, about the green and the trees and the rocks and the mud, and about the magical creatures that played there. He spun a tale of fairies and fantasy that he just couldn't see on these drab city blocks. And finally, Ava understood what was missing. She brought Wren down to the basement of their building. She showed him how the shadows could shapeshift and introduced him to creatures who lived in the unlikeliest of places. Then she took him up, past Mr. Borges in apartment 4B, past the empty apartment with the red door, past stacked boxes and peeling wallpaper, all the way to the very top. She told him that the city had a rhythm, and the music it played could be a lullaby or a salsa. Listen, she said, as she pulled him outside. The sounds that were so jarring below softened into something musical. With the city spread out before them, Ava showed Wren how bricks could become beautiful. It was a new kind of wild. And this time, he could see it. Okay, so that was our last book, called A New Kind of Wild. I hope you enjoyed our stories today about all things new, and I'm wishing you a very happy new year. We will see you for our next family story time.